they're still working through. He's picked up the phone. He's going to be going back home now, and this is what he's going to have learned. And be like, what did we learn at Royvon? To steal the phones.
Oh, yeah.
Hi there guys, this is Charlie from Royvon, and I'm here to talk to you today about Lockdown Puppies. If you want to learn more about dogs and puppies, remember to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to comment some questions if you want to find out more about your lockdown pup. So a lot of you know that dog popularity has absolutely surged since lockdown. So many more people have gone out there and got themselves puppies, or gone and adopted and got a dog from a rescue centre or something like that. And I'm sure our pups have been super helpful in getting us through that lockdown period, which has been very difficult for us all. But now we're coming out of lockdown, you might be noticing some changes in your pup. There's a good chance that they're not a puppy anymore now, and they're actually coming into adolescence or into maturity. But you'll probably find that because there's a lot of things your pup didn't get to experience during lockdown, during that really important critical period when they were really young, that they might be starting to get a bit nervous or a bit overwhelmed as the world starts to open up a bit. So you might be starting to find that meeting new people or meeting new dogs might be quite hard for your pup. Going to the new environments and to new places. You might be finding that just taking them onto day trips or going on holiday with your pup or visiting friends or family can be really difficult. They're getting overexcited, they may be getting difficult to manage, and we're just a bit confused about why they're exhibiting this behaviour. So I'm going to try and talk to you and help you out and give you some ideas of maybe why this might be happening and what we can do to get them past this. There's different phases that our puppies will go through as they develop and as they grow older. And all these development stages are really, really important as to what our puppy's going through, how they're handling things, how they're growing. So we have little Bruno here. So he is 3 months old. He's very sweet and very adorable, and he is right smack bam in what we call the socialization period. So this will usually start from anywhere from 3 weeks of age up until about 12 to 14 weeks. And this is not the only time that you need to socialize your puppy, don't worry, but this is the time where they take everything in really easily. They are a lot more open to new experiences. They have this very sort of sweet puppy optimism in which they want to explore everything. They want to experience new things. So this is the best time to get our puppies out into new environments, getting them used to being by themselves, meeting new people, meeting new dogs, just getting used to the world around them. And there's a lot out there, so there's a lot that they need to experience and to see. If we can socialize our puppy during this phase, we're going to find things a lot easier. However, it may have been that we've got our puppy smack bam in the middle of lockdown and we missed this chance. We missed the socialization period. It's fine, don't worry. It just means that we may have to take them a little bit slower. It may be a little bit harder for our slightly older pup to take in all of these new experiences, meeting new people. The next phase going on from the socialization period will be the transition period. And this is usually in between, is somewhere between 3 months and around 8 months of age. And this is the period of time where our pups are starting to grow more confident. They're starting to break away from us a little bit and starting to want to experience things by themselves. And this is also the time where they start to test things a little bit. So they start to see what behaviors they can get away with, what consequences are going to happen when they do a certain thing. So during this time, this is really important that we try and establish good habits, because bad habits that are formed during the transition period and follow on into adolescence become quite hard to get rid of because they're becoming habit. Puppy is realizing, hey, if I jump up, I'm going to get loads of attention, yay. Or if I start play biting my owner, maybe they're going to pay attention to me and they're going to get me that toy. So it's really important that we want to teach our pup how to go on. So anything that happens during this stage, we just want to make sure that we're promoting good habits, good behaviors, and we are coming up with alternate behaviors to replace the maybe not so nice ones that we don't want them to be repeating too often. What are you doing? He's so cute. So the next stage of our puppy's growth is going to be the adolescent period. So this will usually start at around 6 months, but for bigger pups, so bigger breeds, it may be anywhere between 8 to even 10 to 11 months. But Usually it says it roughly starts around 6 to 8 months of age, and this is when our puppy starts going from an adorable little baby and turning into a teenager. So you start to find that they start to act very much like human teenagers will act. So they start not wanting to listen to mum and dad. They want to run off in the park and meet all those new dogs and meet all those new people. What have you got? Things that they definitely seemed to know before suddenly might disappear out of their heads. So it's really important that we stay, firstly, that we stay consistent and that we don't feel totally heartbroken that our dog's now totally ignoring us. It's fine, it's normal, it is what happens. So the main things that we need to do is to stay fun, because if we don't stay fun, they're going to find all the fun everywhere else. We need to stay consistent, and we need to set up our puppy to succeed as well. So this means maybe not taking them to that super busy park, or maybe not taking them to a busy pub for a family dinner, because it's going to be too difficult for them, and they need to practice these things first before we start to take them to the real event, if that makes sense. They're into socializing. They want to, like we did when we were younger, we want to go out and we want to meet new people, we want to meet new dogs, we want to find thrills, essentially. And this is what our puppy's going to want to do now. The thrill of charging up to a dog, saying hi, getting to play with them is, at this stage, going to seem more appealing to your puppy than maybe hanging out with you. So it is a case of trying to manage our puppy, of using equipment like long lines so that they can't run off to see everything, everyone that's around them. If you've got your lockdown puppy, there's a good chance that they are now probably either in the testing phase or they're straight into that adolescence phase. So we've missed out maybe on that critical socialization period where our dogs are going to be more open and more willing to accept new things. So it just means that we're going to have to try a little harder now. So the best thing to do is to take things slowly. So this means not overwhelming our pup, not forcing them into things that they're not comfortable with yet, and just giving them time to just take everything in, to check out new environments, to watch people, to watch the dogs around them, so that they can just take everything in and get used to it. Because it's going to be tricky for them, especially if they were brought up into a world where there was very few people around, there were very few dogs around, all the shops were closed, not much was going on, and now suddenly everything kind of burst back into life, and there's just stuff everywhere, there's distractions everywhere, new things everywhere. And for a lot of puppies, this could be really overwhelming, this could be quite frightening for them. For other dogs, it may be that it's overexciting for them, and they are becoming over-aroused and overstimulated, and they're finding it really hard to listen, because there's just so much going on that they weren't used to before. So we can take things nice and slow, and also we need to think about the crucial things that we want to teach. So for example, we really want our puppy to get along with our friends and family. We don't need our puppy to be friends with everyone walking down the street. So think about introductions that we can make with family, with friends, maybe they haven't made yet. This might be going to other people's homes. This might be other people coming into our homes. But it's really important that our pup gets a chance to bond with those people who are going to be present in their life, that they're going to see on the weekends, they're going to have holidays with, all of those sorts of things, so that they're comfortable with them, so that they feel happy in their presence, that maybe if they're left with them for any period of time, maybe when we're at work or we've gone on holiday, our pup's got other people aside from us that they know, that they trust, and they feel comfortable with. The same is going to go for our other puppies and dogs as well. So we need to make sure that when we're out and about, our puppy is looking more at us than they are all the other dogs. But obviously they're going to need social time. It's good for them to hang out with other dogs and have dog friends. So we can use things like family's dogs, friends' dogs, or even start picking up some people we meet at the park. Maybe we find our pup meets another dog, they get on really well, they're the similar age, they really enjoy each other's company, they have a really beneficial kind of relationship. So continue that. Get that person's number, go out for a walk with them. Meet up with them every couple of weeks so that they can go on a social walk together. This is going to be so much more beneficial than just taking your dog out to the park and just letting them to run over and play with every single random dog that they meet. And again, it means that they're going to start spending more time with this dog. They're going to start knowing how to communicate with them better. They're going to pick up their body language better. There's going to be a proper relationship going on there and building, rather than it just being one excited encounter after another, where there's no real learning taking place, there's no real benefit, it's just the dogs going absolutely bonkers, running around the field together while we just kind of stand there watching, wondering why our dog's not coming back. So think about doggy friends that our pup can meet. And as well, it's not just about meeting other puppies. It's really important that our pup does meet older dogs, calmer dogs, dogs that are already mature and are going to be able to teach our puppy really crucial body language and how to read other dogs' body language. Socializing really isn't about our pups interacting with everything in the world. It's really about them being able to ignore things. So them being able to ignore the dogs in the park, them being able to ignore the people walking down the street, ignore the builders and the roadworks and all the exciting stuff that's happening. It's them just being able to be around it, see it, and there's no reaction. They can just continue doing what they're doing. So it's really important as well that our pups aren't just with super excited puppies all the time and it's just going to be crazy play. We want our puppy to be able to just hang around dogs, to just sniff together, walk together, relax together, so that they continue to get all of those great benefits, but without having to just go crazy with other dogs all the time. Wow, look at you, Bruno! What a good boy! Wow, aren't you clever? Are you clever? So other things to think about are what environment should we take our puppy to? So we may have visions of taking our puppy to the beach, to pub gardens, to families' barbecues, just taking them everywhere with us, which is perfect. This is what we want from our dog. But we do need to understand that this might be quite tricky for our puppy, especially if they're still learning new skills, they're still learning how to settle, maybe they struggle when things get a little bit busy or a bit too exciting. So we need to consider that into our training and think about what environment's going to be best for our puppy to learn in. So the first places that I like to consider taking our pup are actually to places that we maybe wouldn't consider going with them. This might be places like car parks. So I love to tell people to take their pups to car parks because we can go to lots of different spaces. We can go to shop car parks, gym car parks, library car parks, loads of different spaces. And the nice thing about this is everyone's off doing different things. They're off to go shopping, they're off to go to work, they're off to take the train or to go to the gym. They are not here to hang around and stroke your puppy. Unlike when we go to the park and everyone's there with their dogs and you can't walk 2 seconds without somebody going, oh my God, your puppy's gorgeous, can I pick them up? Oh my God, can I stroke them? And whilst this is lovely, I know, it's also kind of just teaching our pup that everyone is out for them. Everyone out there in the world has come out today to stroke them and to look at them and to give them treats, which isn't necessarily true. And it means that you might find that your puppy is now looking to everybody else that they see, trying to scrabble over to say hi, to jump up at them, because they assume that everyone wants to say hi to them as well. So taking them to places where this isn't going to happen can be really, really beneficial. The other benefit is they get to see a lot of sights that they might usually not see. So things like trolleys, people carrying baskets and bags, kids, prams, buggies. So try that out. And it just means that they can be exposed to all of these different things, all of these different sights, but not necessarily be involved. We're not looking for them to be stroked by these different people, to be fed by these different people. They're just around, they're just in the background, and our puppy can just get used to that stuff just happens around them. They don't have to be involved in absolutely everything. Other spaces we might want to take our puppies are different green spaces. So this might be different types of parks, this might be woodland areas, this might be the riverside, anywhere really that is just going to have something different for our pup. If we start taking them to the same place every day, even when they're this young, it's going to become very boring for them. They aren't going to become particularly mentally enriched. They're just going to start looking out for things. So they're going to start looking out for people. They're going to start looking out for dogs because the environment by itself isn't that interesting. They know it too well already. So just try taking them to different spaces. If it's a bit too hard for your pup, if maybe they're too excited when they go to new places, again, just take things slow. Maybe find a quiet corner, throw some food around for them, do some training games that you know that they know. Take a toy with you, so you can just have a play with them and just let them see all this stuff happening around them while they enjoy themselves. We could also take our pup to a park to just grab a coffee. Rather than going to a coffee shop and trying to sit outside where maybe our pup's going to get too excited, go to somewhere like a coffee van that's usually going to be in a park. Just go and take yourself for a bench and you can just watch. It means that if we need to move on, if our pup's getting too excited, it's really easy for us to just walk away. But it just gives, again, it gives them the chance to see things happening. Walks aren't always about running and going crazy with other dogs. They can just be about us chilling, sitting together. This can be then really useful for when we want to take them to a coffee shop, to a cafe, to a pub. And do this slowly and do it, have a practice run first. Don't take your puppy to the pub when you want to have a chat with your family, when you haven't seen each other for ages, and you want to have a catch up, take them when it's just you and yourself, and you can go there 5 to 10 minutes. Doesn't even have to be any longer for that. And just do this, you know, once a few times a week or a few times a month. Take them to a different area, to a different cafe, to a different pub. 5 to 10 minutes, slowly start building it up, 15, 20 minutes, and just get them used to it. All of these kinds of things are just going to make it way easier for our pup to integrate into our lifestyle and do different activities with us that maybe aren't just running around like crazy in the park. Okay guys, I hope that video was helpful for you. Remember, if you want to see more of our videos and find out more about dogs and puppies, remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. See you later.